Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle, Cradle of Liberty. This is our finale, Episode 8, Stained Flesh. So let's meet our stained vampires, starting with Avery.
Hey there, hi everybody, it's me, Avery, at Avery DuBois on all the social media platforms. I style myself as something of an internet personality. In this time zone, I will be coming at you as Vern Rasmussen for the last time, the Camarilla dog.
As?
Hello, everybody. I'm as I was on the social media because I think I'm funny. And today I will be playing Quinn Taylor of the Space Bun Sabat Pack.
Luna.
Hello, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitch. In this time zone, I will be playing one Celeste Ortega of Clan La Sombra.
Laura.
Hi, hello, good time zone folks. You can call me Laura or Tutu or Laura Tutu. You can find me all over the internet, usually as _Laura Tutu. But tonight, this zone, I am playing Brainy Perkins, emissary of the Camarilla, and everybody's favorite princess, Derogatory.
Vin.
Oh my god.
I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on all the socials at Blue Sky at VinVox.com. Tonight I am playing Mars Weiss. Don't worry about it.
And last but not least, Zach.
Hi everybody, I'm Zachary Vaudo, also known as SneakerNet or SneakerNet Music all over the internet. Once again, I return to you as the voice of the people, the Golden Boy Bruja, Arthur Zebulon.
And I'll remember to do this for the finale, because I think I've forgotten almost every episode. I'm Huddy. Hi, I'm a World of Darkness community ambassador, and I am your storyteller this evening. As always, this is a Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition actual play. We've gone over our safety and consent, but please check in with yourselves, as your well-being is important to all of us who are playing. All the content warnings will be down in the description below. So if everyone is ready, let's go back to Boston, perhaps for the final time. It is 3 hours until sunrise. In the alley, just outside the House of Durand, where the Masquerade Ball continues, Marius has just informed you all that Junebug has been taken by the fanatics at Church of the Open Bible. Vern suggested Marius perform diablerie on their torpid sire, which they did attempt, but perhaps with the buildup of stress over this last month was ultimately unsuccessful. What was successful, however, was the meeting of the Chantry heads, resulting in an alliance to form the New England Chantry in Boston. Too bad Dijon will never see it come to fruition, as he turns to dust here in this cold, snowy alley. You all wipe away your makeup, put up your masks, loosen your ties and your corsets, and reorganize your party clothes into something more tactical as it can be on short notice. You race to the white Range Rover, and who is driving?
That would be me. I'm putting all my things back in the trunk and pulling my bag out with my personal effects that I didn't want to bring into the Elysium, which is mostly weapons and...
Yeah, you have something else too, a breaker of some kind, do you not?
That's part of it, my pen that I left on the dash. Yes, but also in the mix are my revolver and the knives and the taser that I've had just tucked away.
Okay.
They're usually always on me, but I'm getting into the car to drive.
Who sits shotgun? Oh, don't know.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Nobody trusts me to drive. Got it.
All right. So Marius and Celeste and Vern will be in the back. Vern, though, you wanted to say something to Brienne before you got in.
Yeah, I think Vern will just reach out and catch Brianny's hand. Just gonna jerk his head back to the alley.
What is it? What's wrong?
I just, I got a bad feeling about this.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Just something about it makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. So, look, I don't know what kind of time we got. And I think you've gotten too comfortable making the first move. And Vern will take her jaws in his hand and will kiss her.
There is a moment of shock before Brainy throws her arms around his neck and kisses him back.
I give it about 4 seconds of peace before I just lay on the horn.
One for the road. And Vern will bite his tongue and kiss Brittany again.
She'll accept it.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Well, that's the second time you fed from Vern in less than a month. So that blood bond is now a 2-point blood bond. One more time, and you will be fully bonded. Just so you know. Vern, you climb into the back, and everybody drives off. Now, I'm going to give a few moments here for anyone to discuss anything, or if you ride in silence, you can also let me know before something will happen.
So what exactly is the plan, apart from getting her back? Are we storming the castle, or are we trying something a bit more less death-defying?
Perhaps we should put a call into the lupines. It could be an advantageous situation to have a bit of backup on.
I was going to say either the lupines or our new anarch compatriots. Hunters are going to be their problem too.
Can we rely on them after MM screw them over?
I'll give Saul a call, but I can't guarantee the anarchs are going to be keen on helping anytime soon. And I will...
On their own, they should be.
You'd think, but it's still the Camarilla asking them to do something, even if it's me. Yep. I'm going to ask because it would be a disservice to my coterie to not ask, but I am already not expecting it. I'm tempering expectations as I speakerphone dial Saul.
Saul does pick up. Atha, calling awful late.
Down to the wire, as usual, and I have a request that you're probably not going to like.
That sounds about right. What's up?
Hunters at the local cult church have taken Junebug, and we're on our way to get her back. Any assistance would be fantastically welcome. I understand the hour, but just know that we're going there regardless.
I can give you the location of a safe house if you give me the location of the church, but I can't send any of my people out there.
Safe house will be good. We'll need to get somewhere sheltered fast.
What city is the church in?
And the player doesn't remember, but Arthur does and shares that information with
Burlington.
Saul.
I said, wow, yeah, that's a ways out. That's going to take you about 20 minutes to drive out there if you drive fast. Yeah, there's a safe house past the Dunks down on Wyman Street.
Excellent, and I'm aiming for 15 if I can help it as I push the pedal harder onto the floor.
On Route 128, yeah. I wish you luck, Arthur. I really do. She's a good kid.
Well, wish us more than luck. And I'll hang up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. The lupine is an option, but it is a big, loud, messy, everyone dies option. If Junie's in danger, I'm not going to do that.
Sounds like a great person to cover our exits either way.
Right. Perhaps we wait until we have her secured.
Okay.
And maybe there's some way to tell them to come that isn't starting a full-on conversation again, just for expediency.
Yeah, let's get to the church, see what the deal is. And if we need to cover the exit.
We get the women out first.
And the kids.
It's what Junie would want.
Okay.
And that's when you hear something from the trunk area, and you hear a voice that all of you are familiar with now. You hear Saris say, wow, you have a lupine on speed dial?
Yeah, no, I'm popular that way.
Always with the clever hiding spots.
We charge
Hi,
by the
Sarah.
mile.
Hi. It's my car.
There's a lot of cars.
I do.
I heard you were leaving.
Yeah, Celeste told me that you had all your memories back, and I couldn't get it out of my head, so I decided to just hang out in here until you left the party, which, my god, you spent a lot of time at the party.
Not for lack of trying to leave.
So is it true?
Where will you go?
A bunch of the younger Hikata want to go to Berlin. There's something big happening there for the family.
I will miss you.
I'll miss you.
You send letter when you're there. I write.
Maybe. Yeah, where the hell are you guys going? You're going way out of Berlin, out of Boston, and it's really late.
Hunter took Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, I'll help.
Okay.
Can't think of anybody better, personally.
Marius, are you okay?
I've been better.
Is Lasher okay?
Yeah, everyone is not great right now.
Hey, Marius.
Yes.
Timing might be off, but congratulations on the promotion.
Yeah, the timing is not great. But
Yeah,
thanks.
no. I figure if I don't say it now, there's a chance that we'll both be dead by dawn, so.
Dajan owed me $50. You can cover. Vern will just smile and
Get her
nod.
reach behind and just smack it.
$50 time in an alleyway, I think. Currency exchange kind of puts that at equal, so.
I don't know.
Arthur, you see as you're speeding down this highway, you pull off into the area closer to, you pull off the exit closer to Burlington. See the sign says Burlington, Woburn, Stoneham. And as you pull away from the highway and onto the main road here, but obviously it's only a 2-lane highway, can you roll me either a composure and drive or a dexterity and drive? It will matter which one you do. I need to know which one it is, because you see a figure standing in the road.
It's going to be dexterity and drive, and
to go around them.
Well, if I can see who they are first, then.
Okay, so you need to make the decision. You can't tell who it is right now because you're in the high beams on. So you need to either decide whether you're going to swerve around them or stop the car.
Oh, then I'm going to swerve around them.
Okay, so then everyone else present in the car may make me a wits and awareness. I rolled 3 for Saris.
Right. I've roused for celerity and for dexterity and blood surge for dexterity. I have fluent swiftness, so I re-rolled my dexterity surge. So that's 8 dice.
Nope.
That's 5 successes.
Okay, that's perfectly enough to swerve. Celeste, what did you roll?
2 with the resting bestial.
Yep. Okay. Increase your hunger, Celeste. Brainy?
2.
Okay. And Marius?
7 with the bloody crit.
Yep. Increase your hunger, Marius, and that bloody crit. You see who it is as the headlights swerve, as Arthur swerves around this person. You see that it is Richard Dunham. And everything in you immediately grabs onto Arthur as he is turning the wheel and grabs onto the back of his hair and his tie, and you say, "Stop the car!" Involuntarily so.
Is my 5 successes enough to like hard brake the car without it flipping?
Yes.
All right, then we're going to accidentally Akira slide as we stop the car.
Yeah. And Marius, I'll let you decide when you let go of Arthur's hair and tie and vest.
Sorry. Sorry.
No. Why?
Yes. None of you have seen him.
Yeah, they said, now why?
What is it? What's going on?
I saw fucking Dunham in the road.
Vern's hopping out
Vern?
the back seat.
He hops out, but he hops out and he hops backwards because I've immediately just pivoted the car to drive right back. So I was going like 80.
Richard is standing in the middle of the road. He's not looking at any of you. He's facing the opposite way. He's walking towards the highway. He's obviously walking back to the city of Boston. He looks terrible. He looks incredibly gaunt, and he must have cut his hair in in the nights because it's completely down and shaggy. His suit is all ruined and soiled. He just looks like a ghost walking on the highway. He doesn't acknowledge you. He just continues walking.
I'll pull in front of him.
So you're still in the car.
Yeah, I didn't get out of the car.
Vern's out. Anyone else out?
I'll hop out.
Celeste out. Brianny and Maria still in the car. Okay.
Yes.
So I'll just cut him off.
So you cut him off. He just starts walking around the car.
I'm gonna roll the window down and just reach out to grab him by the arm.
Mhm. Excuse me, Vern or Celeste, do you say anything to him?
I want to check. Are his eyes glazed over? Is he dominated? Could I tell?
Yeah, I can do what's in insight. Add your dots and dominate just because you would know more. Vern, do you say anything to him?
I think Vern's gonna shout to Celeste. Fucking grab him, the shadow thing. Fuck.
I guess I'll grab him with the shadow thing.
Rather than see if he's dominated?
Well, no, I'm going to see if he's dominated first.
Sure.
Because Arthur grabbed his arm, right?
Tried to.
Okay, cool. So,
Yeah, he's not really putting up much of resistance.
5 successes.
Doesn't seem to be. He is a Malkavian, so it's hard to tell, but you don't think so.
Yeah. Okay. I don't even think that's necessary. I'll just walk up to him and I'll grab his other wrist. I am kind of strong.
He doesn't resist.
I'm guessing they let you go because they traded you up.
He looks at you. I finally made the cure.
You did.
I did.
Then why on earth did they need her?
Because it wasn't the cure for the pox. Was it, Dickie?
No.
What did you do, Dick? What the fuck have you done?
I did what I was told.
Yeah, now it's my fucking turn. And Vern's gonna reach out and grab him by the side of the face and sink his fangs into his neck.
Perfect. As you reach out and grab his face before you can sink your fangs into his neck, Quinn, you are barreling down the highway. You watch the Masquerade ball all night long. You have your puppy dog in the car with you. You have Peaches and many of her rats. You know, many of them are following along, can't keep up as quickly as in a car, but they are following along through the sewer system. You have Pixel and Phoebe as well. You see the car parked here in the middle of this turnoff. How hard do you want to hit them, or do you want to slam on the brakes?
I'm not stopping the Cal. No. I'm full force.
Okay, so composure and drive, please.
Yeah, I'm parallel. I'm perpendicular to the road, so we're getting T-boned.
Yeah.
Composure.
Right into Richard Dunham, in fact.
I'm actually gonna rouse the blood.
I was gonna see if Vern wanted to punch him into torpor again, but we might not need to.
As you grab him by the face, Vern, and you go to move to sink your fangs into his neck, he starts sinking down onto his knees. And he says, it doesn't matter, dog. It's over now. It's finally going to be over. And that's when
Wham.
Quinn comes smashing through with her SUV right into the Range Rover. I need Arthur, Briony, and Marius to make me Dex Athletics to see if you can either handle being tussled around in the car or get out of the way fast enough. Should be easy for you, Arthur, with your celerity. Celeste and Vern as well. Dex Athletics, everyone.
I'm going to rouse.
Go for it.
I'll also rouse.
That is a success.
We're good.
Could I have an ask?
You want to try and save Richard?
No.
Okay. Good.
instead of trying to Dex Athletics, Vern is just going to try and cover Celeste with as much of his body as he can and just take the hard roll and rouse for fortitude.
All right. That's a little harder since Celeste is going to be trying to get out of the way. So instead, I'm going to let Celeste add 2 extra dice to her roll, and you're going to take the brunt of the damage, activate toughness, and defy bane, please. 2 rouse checks.
I get 2 hungrier.
Okay. So that's going to put you at 3 hungry.
3.
Yep. Okay. So those rolls, please, starting with Arthur.
7 critical. I spent a willpower.
Okay, so you can very easily get out of the way. You jump out of the car, that sort of spider sense that you have with your celerity, you see it coming, you feel it coming, you jump out of the way. I'll allow it that 2 extra for you to push Richard if you feel like it on your way out. Like kick him in the face. Perfect. Briony.
I don't. I'm going to use that energy to soaring leap up to get out.
Okay, so yeah, well, sort of.
Yeah.
We'll deal with that in a second. Using multiple things at the same time is a little...
Sure.
Briony.
5 successes with use of willpower.
5 successes is exactly enough for you to not take any damage. You just barely, you feel the car move as you are leaving right behind you. It sort of makes your hair move. The wind blows past your back. What about you, Marius?
3 successes, and they were all 6s. That's kind of silly.
Okay, so let me rephrase it. Arthur, with your 2 extra successes, you could successfully grab Marius with you. Would you like to do that or not?
That I'll do.
Okay. So there we go. Arthur and Marius also take no damage, but Marius, you get a little trapped. Your foot gets stuck around one of the seatbelt, one of those extra seatbelts that is actually for people who might sit in the back if you put those seats up. But Arthur, he's quick, he's fast, he's a Bruja, and he grabs you by your collar, just like you grabbed him a few minutes ago, and pulls you out of the car with him. Celeste.
Point of order. What was Saris's roll?
Saris rolled 9 successes.
Cool.
So
Great.
she was out already. I rolled her roll earlier. Yeah.
I got 5 on a messy crit.
5 on a messy crit is exactly enough to get out of the way, but you're gonna increase your hunger 1 more time.
Awesome.
Celeste. So you're hitting
I'm
3.
hungry.
And
I'm at 4 hunger.
you're at 4. No, you should have.
Okay, we're at 3 then.
Mhm.
My bad. Cool.
And Vern, you activated toughness and aggravated and defy bane. Is that correct?
Girl.
Okay. Even with that, you're being hit full force with a car that's going like 80, 90 miles per hour. Okay? That's then hitting another car into you. Right? So I'd like you to full up your entire track with superficial damage, please.
Roger, Dodger.
And you're going to get blown off of the road here.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. I love it.
10 levels of super.
If it's not obvious to everyone, Richard is in torpor again. He's also missing a limb, his leg.
Oh no.
That sucks. So all of you dodge out of the way fast enough to see a black SUV has come and crashed into you. And if you maybe thought that this was just a someone driving who wasn't paying attention, a dangerous driver, if you will, you see someone exit the car that all of you have met except for Celeste. And Quinn, would you like to describe what they see as you step out of the car?
So Quinn is once again very cleaned up, same outfit you saw her in before, but she has a leash wrapped around her hand, and as she gets out, she whistles and pulls the leash, and then opens the door for her pack mates in the back, and is just keeping eyes on Richard Dunham.
Mm-hmm. The pack mates who get out of the car are, of course, and I'm going to describe them for Celeste, who hasn't seen them. One of them is a Nosferatu, very classic-looking Nosferatu, completely hideous, named Peaches. She's covered in rats. They're all over her. Out steps another woman with black hair. It's cut very short. She looks perfectly ordinary, nothing quite strange about her. She's rather small and diminutive. And another woman walks out with blonde hair. That's up in space buns, just like Quinn's. And you've never met these two before. And on the chain, as Quinn whistles, is Randall Thane. You do not see Sky, however. And Quinn, I turn the floor over to you.
Come along, puppy.
He seems feral, and he has very clearly been tortured, might be putting it too mildly, whatever they've done to him.
All right, let's get him into the car.
All right, so you're heading over to Richard. All of your pack is heading over to Richard, including your puppy, who is snarling, feral. And I'm going to turn over to Arthur. You see, all of you see this is happening, but I'm going to go in sort of a turn order here. Arthur, is there anything that you do, or do you let Quinn take Richard?
Has Vern been, like, knocked down the road?
You don't see Vern. You don't even know which direction he got knocked in.
Right. I'm going to pull... I'm going to pull a knife out of my vest, because I have a few. Hand it to Marius, and say, he's useless without his head, and walk towards this group of people.
So Richard isn't near you. Richard is sort of trapped underneath the Range Rover.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, if Marius can cut part of him off, then that'll work.
He sort of looks like the Wicked Witch of the West when you just see her legs sticking out from the car. You see he's got his legs sticking out from the car, but one of them's been completely jackknifed off.
I'll just walk towards
you'll walk towards Quinn. Okay. Mm-hmm. Celeste, what are you doing?
Given that they ran into us, and and I think they mentioned space buns to me.
Mm-hmm. Your coterie has mentioned the space bun Sabat.
So I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together and activate Arms of Aramon, just in case.
Okay, so just make me a Rouse check for now, because you can't move when you're using it.
That's right. All right. Always forget that.
Mm-hmm. Brianne, what are you doing?
I'm going to help Marius.
Okay. So you're heading over to Richard. So you're basically doing exactly, because Quinn's heading over to Richard as well. So you're all going over there to have a little
I'm helping.
meeting.
I'm attempting to intercept, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Vern, you've been knocked a little bit of a distance away. You can't hear anything that's going on. You can see it, though, if you stand up. Saris has found you, though, because I rolled her 9 successes and I can't let her not. And she says, "Get up, Dadushka. Up."
I think Vern will reach up and feel that part of their face is hanging off. I'll just crack his neck and push himself up. Get to Richard.
Shut up. Heal your wounds. And I will give you blood.
No, I'm fine. I need to be hungry for what comes next. And I will attempt 5 rouse checks to heal.
5? You're sitting at how much?
I have
3.
And I have 10 superficial. Mm-hmm. Each mends 2, so that makes 5.
Yeah. Okay. You might want to do them one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna. Success. Failure. That's 4.
Mm-hmm. 2 more to go.
Success. Last one. This could be it. This could be a frenzy. Success.
Okay, so you're sitting at 4 hunger, but all your damage is healed. That's going to take some time, though, as you sit there. And Saris is going to do what you say after she bitches you out in Russian, and she is going to head back over to where everyone else is. All right, so Quinn, with your puppy and your pack, you are intercepted first by Arthur. And you can see, of course, Marius and Briony as well behind him.
Good evening.
Quinn, it was, right?
Yes.
It's been so long. How have you been?
You know, you've wasted a bunch of my time. You had him this whole time?
Actually, no. We just ran into him right before you ran into him.
It's so funny how those things happen. Do you like my new dog? You had one. I figured I should get one for myself.
I will say this is a much better look for him than his previous role.
Do you want to see what he can do?
Not particularly. I'm not particularly impressed with him as it is. That's why he's not in his previous role.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But watch this. Sick him, boy. And I'm sending him after Marius.
Perfect.
As I drop the leash. And then, yeah, I don't know if that counts as an action because
that will count as an action. And before you say Sikkim, Marius and Briony, please make me wits and awareness. I'm going to let Celeste intercept Randall in just a second. First I have to make Randall's roll. Oh god, Randall. Why couldn't you roll this good when we were doing the other thing? Doing the other thing, it was terrible. It was awful.
Hey, we got all our willpower, right?
Yeah, based on your composure or resolve, yeah.
Okay, thanks, bestie.
I can't give you full unless you fulfilled your desire, like Vern, because we're still on the same night as the Masquerade Ball. Whoopsies.
Oops.
Yes, your wits and awareness, please.
4.
4? Briony.
1.
1. Okay, so neither of you see this, but as you're approaching, and Arthur is speaking to Quinn, you start hearing something, but you don't see where it's coming from. But it's a very distinctly rodent sound. But you can't tell where they are or where they're coming from. And then Quinn says, Sikkim. Now, you see Celeste, now of course Arthur has celerity and stuff like that, but she's sending Randall after Marius. Celeste, you already have Arms of Ahriman activated. Your rouse check, you need to remember if it's a 1 or a 10, you get a sting.
Yes, it was a not 1 or 10.
Perfect. Would you like to use it to intercept Randall?
Yes, please.
Okay. Then make me a Wits and Oblivion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need to beat 6.
All right.
If you don't,
yeah, okay.
Then I will let Arthur intercede after. Come on, you can do it. Save Marius. You saved Marius from the ice. You've saved Marius a bunch. Do it again.
I'm rolling real bad, y'all. I had the willpower. I got 4.
Got 4. All right.
Oh.
So you reach out with your shadow tendrils, but Randall is fast. He's a Bruja like Arthur. He has access to celerity. You try and you miss. You fail. You aren't able to grab him. And he jumps on you. But I will allow with that attempt, though, where you maybe knocked him off of his game. Maybe you reached out with one of the tendrils and weren't able to grab him. He jumps on top of you, Marius, knocks you down onto the cement, and you're going to take 2 points of superficial damage, as he's not able to do much more than that, with Celeste knocking him off kilter.
I just, slapped him.
Yeah, you slapped him, basically. Briony, I allowed you to act now. You see Marius has been taken down. What would you like to do?
Okay. Fuck. Shit. Fuck.
You can shoot him.
Yeah.
Or you can shoot. Or you can shoot Quinn.
I think I'm standing in front of Quinn.
Yeah. I don't want to hit Arthur.
Yeah.
So we're gonna shoot Richard.
Sure.
Or not Richard.
Oh yeah, you can shoot Richard. That's fine too. I mean, he's under a car, but you can make the car blow up.
End it fast.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We're right by the car.
You sure are.
End it fast.
That's just Fire Frenzy Rex for everybody.
No.
New characters next season. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Composure firearms.
Composure. Okay.
Randall can't. I mean, he has celerity. He has rapid reflexes.
He's a little busy.
He is a little busy. He does have rapid reflexes, though. So yeah, I will just make him. If I could stop dropping dice, it would be the best. But it keeps getting caught on my sleeve. He didn't roll super great.
5 successes.
Okay, he only rolled 2 successes. So yeah, shoot him. Fill him full of lead. I need to keep track of that. Don't hit Marius, thankfully.
She's a good shot.
Yeah. And he gets off of Marius. Swing it back around. Vern, you taking your scene to heal? You can act now. You hear gunshots.
Vern, on the edge of hunger frenzy, made a promise to Peaches that she would be the next one to die. And he intends to make good on that. Because those rats are too much for any of us to deal with, and we are locked in a situation where mobility is a problem.
All right, the only way that you can get there fast enough is you need to use Blink, and then give me your action.
Sure. It's going to be to bite. It's going to be to feed. I need to...
So make me a rouse check for Blink. Let me know if you hit Frenzy.
Oh, God. I do not hit Frenzy. That's a success on a rouse check.
Make me a Strength and Brawl. Peaches doesn't know. Peaches' rats are doing something else. Arthur, it's back to you. And then I need to grab Saris as well, because Saris does not have celerity.
So, Soaring Leap, the user can jump a number of meters equal to 3 times their potence level vertically, but the part I'm more interested in is 5 times their potence level horizontally, and I want to activate Soaring Leap in a straight line at Quinn.
Okay.
Because I'm activating Crash Down as soon as I activate Soaring Leap.
Okay. I don't typically allow Crash Down unless you are doing a vertical leap, not a horizontal leap. Typically,
okay.
But I'll allow it. So make me a Dexterity Athletics. Make me a Dexterity Athletics. Add your dots in potence. Make me a Rouse check as well to that. Quinn, make me did you have anything Oblivion that you'd like to use in this particular thing? I know we talked about that thing that you took.
I mean, yeah, we could do that, or I can just step to the side with my fun new things I got from eating that one night where I had all that celerity.
Yeah. So let me know what it is that you want to do.
Okay. It's what is it, weaving? Yeah.
That's another rouse check.
Yeah.
Dexterity Athletics, add your celerity to it.
Yep. Okay, one moment. Browsing the blood.
We're gonna
hold
on to those rolls, kids, because I'm trying to not keep us here forever. Marius, Baron Thane has been knocked off of you. You've taken a little bit of damage, but not much. And now that you're on the ground, you can see that these rats are lifting up this remnant of a car and are pulling Richard out.
Can I help the rats for me?
Can you do what?
Can I use them, like, trying to get Richard out and just pull?
Yeah, I'll allow it. Make me a wits and let's see. Make me a wits and athletics.
That's a completely original roll that no one has ever rolled before. I promise you that.
Breeny, what are you doing? You shot Baron Thane. Actually, I need to make his roll because he's going to come after you. You shot him. So sorry. I just remembered you shot him. He's going to come after you. Would you like to try and shoot him again, or would you like to try and get out of the way?
I will absolutely shoot him again.
Okay. Compose your firearms.
Wait, God damn it. Wrong one. I don't know why I've got Dex firearms in my brain.
Because it depends. It can be Dex firearms. Usually it's composure firearms if you're just standing still. Celeste, you attempted to get after Baron Thane, but you failed. But there's 2 other Sabbat who are here, and they're looking at you. And they see what you've done, and they aren't happy about it. So, awesome. I need you to make me... I need to make 3 rouse checks for this bitch. I need you to make me a resolve and wits, please.
Okay.
I really wanted to save this one for Vern, but Vern's busy.
Okay. It's fine.
Keep track of everyone's rolls. She's gonna get super hungry. My goodness. And then charisma, no, she's good.
Okay.
Fuck it, I'll rouse again.
We're
rousing all the time.
Super hungry.
I get hungry. Now I'm at 400.
All right. Vern, you've hit blink. What was your strength and brawl roll? Unfortunately, Peaches has no way to defend against this.
So, I have 3 dice that achieved a critical result. One of them is hunger. Does that still count as a messy critical?
Yes. If you have 10 on a regular dice and 10 on a hunger dice, it's a messy critical.
Okay. So then we're sitting on 12 messy critical.
Okay. So whatever it is that you were going to do, you're gonna just bite into her. You wanted to fang attack her anyway, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
now you're gonna diablerize her.
That was the intent.
All right. So
we're essentially riding the frenzy.
So you're essentially riding the frenzy. You're going to bite into her neck and begin feeding on her. We're going to come back to that. Okay? Arthur and Quinn, your roll off, please. We're going to start. Arthur, what was your roll? I'm sorry.
Listen to chat. 10 critical.
I'm trying to keep track of 100,000 things. 10 critical.
Yes.
Quinn.
Huddy, you made her so gross. She got 13.
I did. 14. Awesome. I did. I did make her super gross because you've eaten 4 knights of the 7th generation.
No.
So, okay, so I take it from that I miss her.
Yes, because she steps out of the way.
Yes, but you still let me activate Crash Down.
Yeah, so it's just going to make like a big.
And anybody within 3 meters has to make another roll to see if they take superficial damage and or fall down.
All right, so that'll be Celeste, Vern, Peaches, Vern. So you might knock Vern off of Peaches, and the other 2. So what is it?
It's my strength and potence against their dexterity athletics. You get superficial damage equal to the margin. Okay,
everyone. Dexterity athletics for Vern. For Peaches, Peaches can't make a roll for Celeste, and I'll make it for... So that might cancel out the other thing I did. No, it won't cancel out what Phoebe was doing. It might cancel out what the Thin Blood did, though.
No, stop.
Yeah, the Thin Blood rolled 1 success.
Jesus. I got a 5 critical, which is just 3 10s. Actually, it's a messy critical because I'm at 2 hunger as well.
So increase your hunger, please, Arthur.
Okay. I also have the compulsion that a messy critical equals violence on a target as well. But I guess I'm sort of in the middle of that. So basically, if anybody gets more than 3 superficial damage, they're also knocked prone by the crash.
So Celeste, what did you roll?
I rolled 3.
Okay, so you get 2 superficial damage, so you're not knocked prone. Burn.
Okay.
I was rolling all hunger dice, and I did get a critical again, so I'm sitting on 6.
Okay. So it's still a messy critical because you're sitting on all hunger dice. So you're going to fall under your clan compulsion as well for the rest of the scene. Going to be feral like a dog. You're not knocked prone. The Thin Blood is injured and knocked prone. Phoebe is not injured or knocked prone.
All
right. So
I guess Peaches is being held up at this point, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Peaches really couldn't do anything.
Okay. Right.
So Quinn, Arthur has attempted to attack you. What would you like to do back now that you've stepped out of the way with weaving?
I have that ritual I can do to take out all the lights. I misread what the thing does, the gross oblivion ceremony. It basically puts that target into my arms, but the rats are currently getting dick, correct?
Correct. Well, no, the rats aren't doing anything at the moment because Peaches is being diablerized at the moment.
Ah, yes, that'll do it. And
a ceremony takes time.
Yeah.
So we're looking for stuff that can be done in quick
it's not
time.
ceremony. The ceremony is the...
I should open your sheet as well.
It takes me doing the penny thing, so...
Right.
Yeah.
I should open your sheet as well. So what would you like to do, Quinn?
Yeah, I'm gonna take out the lights.
Alright, we're on our second round.
And then, yeah. So I need to make a rouse check.
Yeah, you should, because for some reason your sheet has disappeared from my list of sheets. Probably because we redid it and then I moved it somewhere.
Yeah.
That's not here.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So it is it's 1 rouse check. It's my intelligence and oblivion. But I am now back at 1 hunger.
Okay, perfect.
Yay.
All right, perfect. All right, so you're going to do that. Arthur, you see that Quinn is doing something, but you don't know if it's an attack against you necessarily. You see Randall Thane going after Brienne. You see Marius is attempting to climb under the car. And you see Celeste is also being attacked. Vern is attacking Peaches, and the Thin Blood seems to be on the ground.
Fuck it. I'm going to dive past Quinn over the car to Randall and just try to tackle him right off of Brienne.
Okay. So you can make me strength and athletics, and add your dots and celerity to that as well.
Yes.
All right, back to Marius. You made me a very strange roll. Wits and athletics. What did you roll? It's going to be an easier roll now that Vern is distracting the rats, essentially.
I
Lowered-
got a sexy 2.
Well, congratulations. It lowered the DC all the way down to 2 because now the rats aren't doing anything. However, you got to be quick enough to pull him out, right? Because now the rats are letting go of the car. So you can easily grab onto him, push the rats out of the way, grab onto what you can see, and now make me a strength and athletics to get him the rest of the way out. That's hard for you, but I believe in you. Brienne, what was your roll?
6 with a crit.
6 with a crit. Okay, perfect. That's more than Randall only gets 1 good roll around a game, apparently. Which is just when he attacked Marius is the only good roll he gets. He only rolled 4 successes try and attack you, so he tries to attack you and you shoot him, stop him dead in his tracks. You see Arthur is coming your way. He's looking at you now. Is there anything that you'd like to do? You can continue shooting at Randall, or you can do something else.
Shoot a Quinn.
You're going to shoot at Quinn. Perfect.
If Arthur's gonna handle
Perfect.
handle Randall.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Make me another composure firearms. Celeste, what was your roll, honey?
7 on another messy crit.
Ooh. Okay. Here's what happens. You're gonna fall under your clan compulsion of ruthlessness, which is
Awesome.
yeah. Until you what is it? I can't remember. This is in combat. This is a little harder than in a social situation.
Until succeeding on a failed action, you suffer a 2 dice penalty.
Yeah. This isn't really something that you're going to be able to we'll work on that. We're going to fall under your clan compulsion. We'll work on that for the scene coming after.
Okay.
Because I don't know if you'll have a chance to not fail on this particular thing. Something happens when this woman looks at you. You don't know what clan she is. You don't know her name. You don't know anything about her. You just know that she has space buns and she's part of the Sabbat. And as she looks at you, something very strange falls over your eyes. Suddenly, you're not here on the highway anymore. You're not quite sure where you are. You're somewhere dark. You can't hear any of your friends. You don't know where you are necessarily. And you walk forward towards where you saw her just a moment ago, and you hit a wall. And you push yourself backwards, and you're in a wall. You're in some sort of dark box somewhere.
Okay.
And you don't know where you are.
Got it.
And that's where you're going to be for a round.
All
But
right.
I suppose I'll let you make that roll again to see if you can get out of it. And see if that helps you with your clan compulsion. Unfortunately, you're going to be at a 2 dice penalty to it. Vern, strength and resolve, please.
Adding potence or nay?
To a diablerie roll. I don't normally allow it, but I will.
Okay, so we're at 5 hunger.
Quinn, your roll, please.
I got 7.
Okay, so you're putting out all the lights that are here on this highway.
And also, because it's a margin of 3 fires start in the area.
Would you like to tell me who's closest to these fires?
Okay, so it's within... Okay, so they're going to start on the buildings to either side.
Okay, we're on a highway, so no buildings.
Or whatever's on the side of the highway is going to go
All right,
up.
so
And the car.
2 cars, yeah.
Yeah.
all right. So sort of the underbrush that's on the side of the highway here is going to set on fire, and the cars are going to set on fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll deal with that in the final round, which is our final round. Arthur, you leap across the car for Randall. He just got shot. He can't really do anything to help himself. What did you roll?
5 successes to tackle slam him to the ground.
Absolutely. You tackle slam him to the ground. He's snarling. He's wild-eyed. He doesn't look anything like the person that you knew once.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you have him grappled down on the ground, you can tell that he is not as strong as he should be. He's taken significant damage. Is there anything you'd like to do to him?
I'm currently under a compulsion, so I want to, just as I tackle him down, dig fingers in and pull throat out and let him bleed out. I do not have time to deal with this.
Well, he won't bleed out because he's Kindred. If you're attempting to remove Kindred, don't actively bleed, right?
Okay.
It's just they don't have a heartbeat. However, if you want to attempt to pull his head off, that we can do. All right. So strength and brawl. I need 10 successes.
Let me rouse prowess then.
Yeah. Marius, your strength and athletics roll.
A 3.
A 3? I'll allow it. So you have Richard Dunham in your arms. What are you going to do with him, Marius?
Above table, so I remember correctly. I'm supposed to cut his head off, right?
Is that your plan?
That was my suggestion.
Yeah. That was the suggestion,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing then. I'm trying to hack his...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can make me a strength and melee. Or, if this is easier for you, a strength and medicine. So you can make sure that you do it correctly. Because he's in torpor and because you have a knife, I won't require 10 successes. I will require 8 successes. But you may begin the process if you like. So whichever
I have 3 dice. 0 medicine, 0 melee.
Okay. So you may begin the process. He is Kindred. His flesh is stronger than the average. This is not just easy like cutting off a human's head, which is a gross thing to say. Brienne, as you aim your gun at Quinn, the lights go out and fires start. You are fairly close to the car, as is Marius. I'm not going to make you roll a frenzy check just yet, but I will soon.
Yeah.
What was your composure and firearms?
5 successes.
Okay. 5 successes in the pitch dark. I will allow you to hit Quinn. It's going to graze her. Quinn, take 2 points of superficial damage, please. As a bullet grazes you in the arm. Celeste. I didn't give you the roll to roll again because I forgot.
No, not yet.
But it was a wits and resolve.
4 successes.
Not enough. You're still trapped in this endless maze of dark boxes. You don't know where you are, and no one can hear. Even if you yell, all you can hear is your own voice. Vern, your diablerie strength and resolve roll.
Again, with a messy critical, a total of 13 successes.
All right. You may remove yourself down to 0. You may increase your blood potency by 1. Lower your humanity by 1. And lower your generation by 1. As you take the soul of Peaches the Nosferatu. And you watch and hear, Quinn, all of her rats start to die. Arthur, your roll.
So I rolled, and then I spent willpower, and then I realized that that one of those willpower dice didn't actually matter because it was my hunger dice, but it came out to 10 critical.
Okay. So you pull the throat out of Randall.
Mm-hmm. Just to pull the head off, yeah.
Pull and then lift up.
Mm-hmm.
Crack the spinal cord. Pull his head completely off. Marius, your roll.
3 dice, 3 successes.
You start to cut Richard's head off. You get the knife in there, but you're not strong enough, and you're panicked. You don't know what you're doing. And then there's another problem that hits all of you, except for Celeste, who can't see it. Okay, this is gonna be bad for Celeste. I need everyone, including what Sabat remain, not Quinn, to make me fear frenzy checks, or I get to say it now. Because it's a German word for some fucking reason. The Rotschreck. The red fear. That is your unspent willpower plus 2 dice for your humanity. This is we are done with the rounds of combat. Whoever remains here in this area will get Quentin. Now, Quinn's already here, and she's not going anywhere because she did this. But for the rest of her pack, they need to run. Also, Az, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Before I make this roll, Huddy,
Mhm.
and please forgive me for handbraking a little bit here. I don't have the eroded blood potency chart. Does that increase my bane severity from 1 to 2, going from 2 to 3?
Okay, so at 1 blood potency, your bane severity should be 2.
Okay, I'm at 3 blood potency right now.
And your bane severity should be 3.
Okay, and just to the reason I ask, I do have the alternate clan bane, so I will be reducing my dice pool by 3.
Correct.
Okay, so sorry. Please continue.
Nope, I'm waiting on rolls. Phoebe's remaining, Quinn. Pixel, she's not going to cut it. She's Sky's child, and she's not going to cut it. She both got knocked down by Arthur, and she's running away from this fire. Peaches also isn't going to cut it, but that's because Peaches is dead.
What's the DC that we're going for?
Well, that's for me to know and you to find out.
Okay, well, I rolled a 4.
Mm-hmm. 2 cars on fire, and fire over in the underbrush. A little bit higher than 4.
Sure.
Marius? Because these cars are about to blow up. 4.
Yeah, sure.
Brianny. I'm so sorry, Celeste. Brianny.
Also 4.
Mm-hmm. And Vern.
Not a great roll for me, but it is critical, and I'm looking at 6.
All right. Arthur, Marius, and Brianny, you all flee. And that's when Vern, you don't flee, and Celeste doesn't either. But Celeste didn't have to make a roll, but Celeste... Vern, now you notice that Celeste isn't doing anything. She's not acknowledging the fire. She's not looking. Quinn and Phoebe, you can make a mad dash for Richard. Now these cars are going to explode. You watch Arthur, Marius, and Brianny jump over the side of the highway, away from this fire, away from the cars. It's going to be a mad dash versus the puppy dog.
So here's the thing, Huddy. I sent you a message.
Oh, you did. I'm so sorry. I have 600 things I'm trying to keep track of. So sorry.
I totally understand.
Yep. Yes.
Quinn's
yes.
gonna run.
Yeah.
And use Oblivion Sight and look back, and I will make that roll for you.
Yes. Umbra's clutch. Yes.
Because now that he's out from under the car and I can see his whole body, that's all I needed to do this.
Okay. Vern, it's going to be...
Can I caveat here?
It's going to be contested against Vern. Yeah.
I don't think Vern's going for Richard.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a moment of intense indecision, and for the first time in a long time, Vanya wins, and he's going to grab Celeste.
Okay. All right. You're allowed to do so. You may blink and get Celeste out of here. It's not going to stop Celeste as long as Phoebe is still around, but we'll see what happens with that, because I've been waiting to do something with Saris this entire time. I wanted to see how this shook out. Celeste, you don't feel Vern grab you. You don't feel anything. Vern, you hear Celeste is murmuring to themselves. Are you saying anything, you think, Celeste? Trapped here?
I think she's... I think she's kind of incoherent, honestly. Murmuring something, but it's so quiet and under her breath, it's incoherent.
Okay. All right, Quinn.
So I rolled a 10 on my rouse check, so I get 2 stains.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is 11 successes.
Happy birthday. I love you. With 15 successes that I rolled way earlier, because I didn't want to do this, because I don't ever want to be the person who has an NPC that does something cool. I want the coterie to do all the cool things. As you grab Richard, use your Umbra's clutch, falls into your arms through this hole in oblivion that you create. Phoebe is cheering you on. She's clapping like this. Very excited, very happy. That's when you feel this strange sensation in your heart. And you hear Saris whisper behind you. I told you. Should have stayed on that fucking island. And you fall into torpor. Phoebe looks panicked and scared. Saris takes Richard, tells Phoebe to get rid of your body. She does. You are coherent, Quinn. You can hear, see everything. Whether this matters to you or not, you are Sabbat, and I do not know if it does. You can't bring this prize home to Sky. You tried. You tried very hard. You lost 2 members of the Sabbat here, if you want to count Randall as a member. Which I don't think you... No. But for whatever reason, Saris didn't kill you. But she did stake you.
Yeah.
And she took your prize.
Quinn will remember this.
Is there any final thoughts from Quinn as Phoebe drags you away? As Phoebe is not strong, and you're being dragged through the dirt on the side of the highway, dragged down into the sewers.
It's that she didn't get the leg. She at least wanted the leg.
All right.
But now we're gonna go home to Sky and get Sky awake once they pull out this goddamn stake.
All right. And that is where we're going to stop here for our break. Welcome back, everyone, from our little bio break. The Sabbat have been sufficiently taken care of. No one in the coterie is aware of where Richard is, if he's been taken, if he's been eaten, if he's still kicking on the side of the final death, but you all are sort of on the side of the highway, have gone back up to the actual highway away from the exit to get away from the fire. It's still burning down where you turned. Your car, the Range Rover is on fire. You don't see Saris anywhere, Vern. And you have Celeste in your arms, who is murmuring to themselves and doesn't seem to be coherent. They don't seem to be here. So you may all take a moment to speak. There is 90 minutes until the sunrise.
How much of Randall's head is left in my head?
As much as you want it to be.
All right. It's gonna be less as I just finish up that violence compulsion. Just in frustration at the entire situation of just bashing it a few times against the side wall of the highway before I just chuck it right back at the fire. Just...
Something's wrong with Celeste.
Something's wrong all around. What's this time?
I can't wake her up. She's just talking to herself.
Oh, fuck.
She's gonna stand there and let herself get fucking blown up. How far are we away from the fucking church?
5 minutes by car, longer by foot.
Much longer like this, unless people that run fast give piggyback rides.
Marius, you game?
I have no choice.
I can take somebody.
Let's go.
All right.
Well, should we wake up Sleeping Beauty here first? Or Mumbling Beauty, I suppose.
Honey, I don't. This is Laura not knowing what some of the weirder shit does. Would a smack of mesmerize pull her out of it?
Yeah, let's do it this way. Celeste, make me wits and resolve one more time.
Okay.
And Laura, activate. Make me a rouse check and make me a charisma and dominate roll.
Different scene?
We are in a different scene.
Gotcha.
Everyone should be hungry. Some of you are a little bit injured.
I'm definitely
Vern's
hungrier.
Vern's not hungry. I don't know if Marius has gotten above 0. Have you gotten above 0, Marius?
Yeah, I am at 3.
Jesus Christ.
Good lord.
And of course, I'm still at that 2 dice penalty.
You are.
Oh no.
So I rolled 2.
2.
You know what? Let me. fuck it. We'll willpower.
It's okay.
Give
We
me
can leave Celeste like this. We can leave Celeste like this for another scene.
No. God fucking fuck. No, that's 3 again.
All right.
I'd be sleeping.
You're not sleeping. You're terrified, Celeste. You don't know what's
Yeah.
happening. You're trapped in a void.
Yeah, no, this sucks.
So all of
I
you
don't
stand
care.
around trying to figure out what's going on with Celeste. You hear someone approaching behind you. And it is Ceres. And she is carrying the torpid and ash-covered body of Richard Dunham.
At least one thing went well.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I staked the one with the shadows.
Thank you.
Sure.
Can you do me one more favor before you go? And he'll hold Celeste out in his arms. I don't know what's happening here. You know the shadow thing. Can you? I don't know what happened. She was just standing there waiting to fucking die.
Ceres hands you the body of Richard. And she looks at Celeste. She does have dominate. You rolled 3, Brianny. 2 for 5.
Yeah.
Oh, she gets hungrier. And she says, I want credit. Dadushka. Oh, messy critical. Yeah. She also activates Mesmerize, looks at you, Celeste. And she says, come back out. Wake up. And suddenly you're standing here amongst your friends with Sarah screaming in your face.
Am I still in like someone's arms?
You're in Vern's arms.
I'm like squirming, scrambling to get on my feet.
Welcome back.
Oh God, what happened?
We got Dick.
All right.
No, Saris did.
Saris did. And speaking of credit, Saris, you can head overseas with your new Hikata friends if you want to, but it might go a long way with the prince if you're the one to bring him back.
Yeah.
If you want to stay.
Look.
I'm happy to relinquish that credit.
I don't know how long Iverson's going to be hanging out up in the tower. Whoever's going to sit the throne, I want credit. And I would really like it if the First Coterie of Boston backs me up on that credit.
We will.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't give up a chance to pursue love. Go. Proszę, Wynośka.
Vanya, Echo is going to pursue his passions, his things, his Hikata things, and I don't know if there'll be a place for me in that world either, and I'd rather stay here. If Echo decides to go, he decides to go. We have eternity, you know?
There is one thing I learned from your grandmother, Masha. Women in our family, you can make place for yourself wherever you go.
She takes back Richard's body. I'll, take this back to, my place. Keep him safe there.
Thank you. And later we can figure out why the Hikata are going over to Berlin instead of helping us here like we talked about. But in the meantime, I pull out my phone and hold up the sunrise at 6:18 a.m. thing on the weather to everybody else.
We gotta go.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You need another car?
How many do you have?
Lots.
Please.
That'd be nice.
I need 5 minutes.
I can get a head start with 2 of you, one in my arms, one on my back.
Whatever you feel like, I'm gonna wait on the car.
Ah, this is so undignified. Let's go.
Yeah, please.
I'll stay with Arthur.
Perfect.
And Vern will backpack Marius and pick up Brainy and run. Blink.
Yeah, it's going to cost Rouse checks every time you want to do that.
You just tell me how many I need to roll.
A lot. A lot.
I'm in it to win it,
like
baby.
like a stupid amount.
Give me a number.
For the moment, roll me 3.
Oh no, he'll have to drink from somebody to get the blood back down.
Yeah, you might go into a
Oh,
hunger
no.
frenzy carrying everyone.
It's crazy that I rolled 3 successes right off
right.
rip.
Celeste and Arthur are standing here with Saris. Is there anything you'd like to say to each other while while Vern takes off with the other two?
I think Celeste is standing there looking very displeased. And also a bit shaken.
Do you know where you were? In there?
Some fucking maze. Some box. I've never experienced anything like that before, not even Ezra. I mean, kept me in the dark, figuratively and literally. But
You've... Obviously, you weren't exactly prepared for this, but I find that one of the easiest ways around that sort of thing is to not be where they're telling you to be.
yeah, I'm learning that.
Would you like to learn it faster?
What do you mean?
I'm very good at not being where people tell me to be. Very fast.
You kind of smirk. Sure.
And for once, I'm going to request a trade on it. Because I am finding that things are going to go a lot easier if people will just do what I tell them.
I'm kind of done with the business of doing what I'm told. However, I can respect a boon.
Oh no, I want to learn what you know in exchange.
So Arthur, you're proposing to exchange blood with Celeste, just a drop,
Yes.
just to learn
Yes.
a 1 dot of dominate for 1 dot of celerity. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. You may each take a dot of dominate and a dot of celerity,
All right.
respectively. And that level 1 power you may choose at whichever one you would like. For dominate, obviously, there's cloud memory, there's compel, and there's, I think, slavish devotion is the third one. And for celerity, it's cat's grace or rapid reflexes.
And fluid
Cat's grace
swiftness.
and fluid swiftness is a new
Fluid
one.
swiftness, right. Yeah.
I'll
So
take
make
rapid
that decision
reflexes.
as Saris's person pulls up. You don't know who it is, but it is they pull up with a Ford F-150 in a pickup truck, obviously. But they pull up in, I'm blanking on the word. What's a word for a car a tow car, as on a tow that they have to unlatch for you because Saris is going to leave in this tow car. With Richard's body. You hope whoever this person is someone that she has under her control in some fashion. And Arthur, I assume you're driving again unless you have PTSD.
Nope. Not particularly, no.
Okay. All right. So you drive off. Vern, 3 more, please.
Not as good as last time. 2 successes and a failure.
Okay. So you increase your hunger back to 1. We're at 0 hunger for all of 12 seconds. Congratulations. All right. You arrive at the church first. As you arrive and you stop there, Marius and Branny, you think if your blood still pulsed, and if you still had the capability, you would be nauseous and would puke all over the place from that sensation, since neither of you have celerity and are used to it. However, you arrive at the church first on foot. Wits and awareness, all 3 of you, please. 3, I like when you look over at the demiplane too. Laura, your head completely leaves the screen. It's just an empty chair.
Sorry, I had my water bottle in the exact wrong spot.
It's fine. And Marius.
6, baby.
6, baby. All right, so Brandy, you're reeling from this constant speed motion. It was like being on a roller coaster, but you never went up anywhere. It was just horrible. Vern, with three successes, you notice that the parking lot is full of cars, full of people. A lot of them are minivans, looks like soccer mom type cars. And Marius, with 6 successes, you see that there is a car speeding out of the parking lot, heading the opposite direction of where you just came from. And that is what you all see. It's a small car, small, nondescript black sedan.
Someone just fucking left.
So what do you want to do? You want to play odds?
I don't know. There's only 3 of us. I guess we can tell someone.
We're gonna need
on lookout.
if Berquist hooked up Junie like he hooked up Dick, we need him alive to get that fucking contraption off of Junie. I'm gonna turn him if I can. So that's tertiary plan. Yeah, we get the women and the children out first.
I think I might be able to handle that.
Okay. Marius, I got you. You got me. Is your head screwed on?
Yeah, it's on.
All right, let's fucking do this shit. I wanted to fuck these scumbags up from the moment we saw them.
A reminder, you have about 75 minutes until sunrise. Do you wait for Celeste and Arthur?
I don't think we can afford to.
Mm-mm.
Do you head into the church in the way that you went in the last time, or do you knock?
I would like to rouse for Potent, specifically for Wrecker, and I would like to rip the fucking door off.
If you'd like to.
That is a success. I did not get any hungrier.
Okay. You watch Vern grab at the door handle and pull it off its hinges. The white wooden, heavy wooden door pulls it directly off of its hinges. And you hear a few people like yell, or you hear them saying, "What was that?" You're met again in the narthex, in this completely blue carpeted room. All these Bible verses everywhere, etched in granite and things like that. You hear a few people who are now making a commotion. People are starting to come out into the narthex to see what is going on.
I want to use Melpomene.
Sure. That's automatically added to your presence. So it just allows anyone to be affected by it just by your voice.
Yeah. Anyone within earshot, essentially. So using Melpomene, I want to convince the women and children to leave, to go home.
Okay. People who come out into the narthex are a mix of elderly men and women, young women, women with small children. They all seem to have been in here praying.
Yeah. All right. Then anyone who hears me, it's like, it's time for you to go home.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You don't need to make any rolls for that, but they do seem exceptionally frightened. And unfortunately, presence doesn't force anyone to do anything. It just attracts everyone to you, right? And so a lot of them are starting to ask you questions. What's happening? What have you done? Why have you torn down the doors of the church?
It's time to evacuate.
What's going on? Is it the plague?
Something. Yes.
We are safe in the house of the Lord. The pastor says we are safe here.
The Lord your God will protect you wherever you go. Is that not right?
A bunch of them sort of murmur to each other, like, "Oh no, that's true. That's right. You know, we can pray to God anywhere." And they start filing out, talking to each other. Some of them grab their coats and their purses. There's a sort of a coat room off to the side. Some of them start grabbing things, and they say, "You should tell the pastor to leave if it is dangerous as well. And there's many sick people in here. The pastor is down in the fellowship hall, and they're sick people. They've converted the nursery into sort of a hospital room for the sick people. You should tell them if it is dangerous to be here.
Yes, of course.
And they all start filing out. And Arthur and Celeste, you arrive to see a bunch of, as I said, elderly men and women, and small children all exiting out of the church, filing out.
Well, that's one less problem to deal with.
As you pull in and stuff, one of these women says to you, and of course, when they speak to you, they don't look at you, they keep their heads down, and in general, they seem to be speaking to Celeste, not to you, Arthur. And they say, I think some sort of authorities are here, someone from perhaps the government has told us that we must leave the church. I don't think it's safe for you to go in.
That's all right. I'm with them. Yes, evacuate as quickly as possible.
Go with God.
Sure.
And they start getting into their vehicles.
I'll look to Arthur and say, well, I guess let's do this.
Arthur's been loading his gun. Let's do this.
All right. You see Vern, Brienne, and Maria sort of waiting by the narthex as these people are filing out. This church was filled. You don't necessarily know why. You don't know if John called everyone to be here necessarily, but this church is completely filled with people, and they're sort of just waiting for them to all file out. And so you may meet up with your coterie now. 60 minutes to sunrise.
Which I will convey through the through the phone app again. We're cutting it close. Shall we?
Yeah, I'm already starting to fade.
Let's go.
Yeah, come on.
We need to have a plan.
The plan is I know where the safe house is, and as soon as we get done or have to run, I'm getting us there.
That is a fair point. You're at Humanity 4, aren't you, Vern?
Yeah, I'm pushing it.
You need to make me a Humanity roll to stay awake for the next hour.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah, it's not great.
Give me 1 success to stay awake. For every
2.
All right. I'm going to ask for it again at some point, and it's going to be up to a 2. So, you all head through the church, head through the massive area where the pews are and the organ is. The baptismal font is up there as well. Head down, you follow the exact same method that you've done this entire time. Pass by that nursery again, as that woman said it was called. And you hear the murmuring of ill people in here. Do you stop here, check on them, or do you keep walking?
We have to get them out.
I'm peeking my head in for Junebug and nothing else.
Junebug is in fact in there.
Junie.
However, she is wearing one of those collars and one of those staked vests.
Fuck.
What are you doing here? It's almost sunrise.
Exactly.
Arthur, you want to run crowd control and get these people out of here?
Absolutely. Excuse me, everybody. I'll say in.
And Junebug steps up to you. You can't move them. They're very sick. I can't heal them all at once. It doesn't work that way. I tried to tell the pastor it doesn't work that way. They're sick. They can't move.
Should we put the beds outside then or something? Because we have somebody that will possibly be on the way that will make them worse.
They're sick, Marius. What am I supposed to do?
Look, we are under a time crunch. We're trying to figure things out. Vern, please, the rest of you, go find whatever we need for this fucking collar and vest. Arthur, if you can start pushing people out, that would be great. I'm going to stay here with you, okay?
Are we supposed to move the bodies out? I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I can't leave the church. This collar will go off.
Then you stay here for now. They'll figure out how to get it off. I will transport bodies out. And
Thank you.
What's
With-
coming? What's coming, Arthur?
death on swift feet, if we can help it. And I'm going to grab like 2 beds at a time and just pull with prowess. Because
Okay, so where these people are, so there's no elevator here.
Yep.
So they're on beds, they can't move. So you would have to spend your 60 minutes that you have left carrying bodies up and out of this church.
I am going to at least start doing that. If something loud happens to catch my attention, I am going to immediately abandon that. But I have that conviction of when people need help, you help.
Okay.
So I kind of have to.
Okay. And Junie grabs onto you. Marius, you have to help him. He can't do it by himself. There's about 20, 25 people in here.
Fine. I'm not strong, but I can help. Okay.
I can help you carry it to... I can't go past the narthex. That's where the collar starts to get hot.
Just stay here.
I can help. You shouldn't have come, Marius. You should have just stayed
No,
with Lasher. You shouldn't have come.
We're not doing... No. Please. Okay.
Burn.
Everyone else, please.
Yes. Burn, let's go.
Yeah.
Like I said, I roused prowess. It's successful. I'm just like with 4 potents. I'm just dragging 2 beds at a time, and I will lift them downstairs, etc., the whole way through until a louder noise takes my attention.
Okay, that's what you will be doing. Briony, Celeste, and Vern, you descend down into Fellowship Hall. Now, down here, you don't see anything. You don't see any other people. You don't hear anything except for one thing. Someone crying.
Stay behind me. And Vern will push the doors open.
You see... You don't see anything in this room, but you hear someone crying. Fellowship Hall is empty.
Masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Keep walking into the glass box room.
It's not in there either. As you follow the sound of the crying, it leads to a room even farther back. It seems to be a room behind the stairs. You have to duck down to get into it as you open it. And it leads to a much larger room with another glass box that's empty.
What the fuck did you do?
And here you see Pastor John Berquist in his wheelchair, and he's crying.
What did you do, John?
He turns around. He can barely do it with his broken hand, or mangled hands, I should say. I'm sorry. He starts trying to wipe the tears away. What are you doing here?
You're gonna get Junie out of that fucking vest. You're gonna do the last fucking decent thing of your life, John.
Junie is here. I need her.
Can I activate arms farm?
Yeah. Make me a rouse check. What's an Olivia?
Sure. We're good.
Have that ready. Give me the roll. John says, I need her. I released the other asset. She's helping people. She has the ability to heal, and I need her. Then they'll come back. I have a miraculous blank. They'll come back.
Who?
The orcs. Yes, Celeste.
Oh, 5.
5. I need everybody in the room with John to make me a frenzy check, please.
Terror?
A terror frenzy check as he begins praying loudly. His mangled hand wrapped not around a crucifix, but around his Bible. Celeste, you make this roll as well, but the difficulty for you will be less.
Okay. And it's willpower plus 2
Your
for humanity.
unspent willpower plus 2 dice for your humanity.
Awesome.
For you, Vern, it's only 1 dice for your humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Which is negated by my now 3 penalty.
Mm-hmm. Brienne.
5 successes.
Exactly enough. Celeste.
5 successes.
More than enough for you. Vern.
6 critical.
All right. None of you need to flee, but you do feel a glowing, white-hot aura coming from John. Your beast is terrified of it. It's telling you to run, but you do not have to listen to it. He says, "You are not allowed to shelter in this church, and I know that the sun is rapidly rising. I suggest you leave now."
I don't have time for this. And I'm gonna try to wrap it around his neck.
And you certainly can. He can't get out of it. You weren't able to run away from his true faith. Or he couldn't make you run away from his true faith, so you can.
I'm going to take you to a place that God cannot find you if you don't release that girl.
I do not fear death. And
It's not death.
I do
It's
not fear
worse.
torture. I fear nothing but my Lord.
Yeah, tighten it.
He can no longer speak. He starts choking.
Since he can no longer speak, is there a key on him?
Is there a key on him? You may begin searching. Wits and investigation.
I'm gonna rouse the blood for this shit.
Vern. Wits and awareness.
Hungrier.
What was your roll, Vern? 7. Brienne.
4.
4. All right. Search his pockets. You do indeed find a key. Arthur and Marius, as you're still taking out bodies, Junebug grabs onto you, Marius. Marius, I'm worried. They've been down there too long. They haven't come back, and the sun is coming. Go get them. Get yourselves out of here, please.
I'm not leaving without you, so we haven't
Marius,
heard anything.
please.
I'm sure they're
Go
fine.
get your friends. Don't leave them down there with him. He's not a regular man.
Neither
Arthur,
are they.
please.
Junie, right now, I'm focused on helping people. If they need help, I will go help them. But these folks need help before things go terribly. We don't have, like you said, we don't have much time, so we need to work fast.
Junie is just distraught. She starts heading down to the Fellowship Hall.
I'm going after her, if not
Yeah,
running faster.
I can handle this as far as
Okay.
I'm concerned.
4 successes, you find a key. Vern, you get this strange smell as you're staring at Celeste, tightening her arms of Ahriman around John. You smell the very distinct smell of your former coterie mate, Hilda McAndrews. It's all over him.
What did you do with Hilda, John?
I'll untighten so he can speak.
He coughs. Says, "What do you know about Hilda?"
You did all of this. Hilda was the one who asked me to stake Quentin. This was all Hilda's plan. And you brought the Inquisition here. All of the pain of my people. You did this.
John begins sobbing again.
What, you couldn't get your bitch to love you? So you think you destroy all of us? Harbor the king?
I did
Brienne.
everything that she ever asked me to do. Everything. Another frenzy check, please, everyone.
While we're doing this, Celeste, like, Brienne, bring the key to Junie.
Yeah, would I be able to just bolt out of there with the key as soon as I find it?
I'll allow it. Celeste and Vern.
Oh, Lord.
Can I use willpower for this, or is this one of the ones that you can't willpower?
You cannot use willpower for frenzy checks because you are using your willpower to roll.
Doch. Understand.
Doch, stimmt. Ja.
3.
6.
3 is not enough, Celeste, even with the advantage that you have. And immediately your arms of Ahriman are ceased, and you start backing up. You don't have to flee, but you can't be this close to him anymore. And you weren't even that close to him to begin with, but you start backing far out into the Fellowship Hall. 6 successes, Vern. You also need to back up. You don't have to flee, but it's only a margin of 1 here. And you don't have to flee, but you can't be this close to him anymore. Your beast tells you to move, and you move. And I need another willpower roll from you to stay awake right now. 4 successes. You can stay awake. Brienne, you start racing away with the key, and you run into Marius and Junebug, who are coming down here. Junebug says, Brienne, you have to leave.
I have a key.
Is there a lock on this thing?
I can't. Is there a lock on this thing?
Let's everybody find out. Wits and technology. Everybody find out if you can figure out how to unlock this collar.
And I blood buffed already for the brain things.
Mm-hmm. Arthur, you have gotten 3/4 of these people out. Are you going to stay for the final fourth, or are you coming down? You've just pulled them out into the parking lot.
Pretty much. I haven't helped everybody yet, and I don't know, because I don't know what's going on in there. I don't know if we're going to be calling the werewolf to here, so I'm going to pull the remaining people out again, unless something loud enough distracts me.
Certainly. All right. Brienne, your roll, please.
Goose egg.
Okay. You don't know. You're looking at, you don't know how this works. Marius.
I blood buffed and got 2 successes with the reroll.
All right. Celeste, you see Brienne and Marius struggling, trying to figure out this collar. Technology is not your forte, but there is something that is your forte, which I was hoping maybe someone would say, but no one said, but I'll say it now.
Please.
I don't like to be that person who says, like, you should do this thing.
No, it's
you
fine.
can do something that can make technology not work no more. Won't get the stake thing off.
I was just afraid it would, like...
Yeah, maybe.
We mentioned it earlier, but we were worried about the...
You did? I didn't even hear you.
No, I was afraid it would have the adverse effect.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if I...
You're running out of time, and we have 2 people who have failed to figure out how this collar comes off.
Oh, fuck
This is the last resort if you'd like to try it.
Yeah, I'll touch it.
Okay. You're going to touch it. Celeste touches it, and you watch it flicker, and Junebug says, is my head still on my shoulders?
Sure is. Sorry I didn't think of that sooner.
What about this? What about this? What about this?
Should we pry it off, maybe? With strength?
Possibly. I don't know.
Sorry, storyteller. So I am confused about the contraption on the chest.
Yeah.
Is it a separate thing from the
Junebug
collar?
tries to explain it to you as he put it on. He cut a hole here and put it inside, but like not at my heart, just like right before my heart. And apparently it'll shatter and send a splinter in there. But I don't know what activates it. I don't know how it works. You might need to ask him. But we're running out of time.
We don't have time for that.
Vern, you've backed up. John is here. He's crying. He's angry. Is there anything else you'd like to say to him? Or would you like to... you can hear Celeste has figured out how to get the collar off by just using her bane. Have you anything else to say to him?
How do we get the stake contraption out of Junie?
It's a very delicate procedure.
You tell me how to do it, and I will take you to Hilda myself.
She was already here. She doesn't want to see me.
I'll make her want to see you.
Leave Junebug here and I'll remove it.
John, what do you want? Anything but that. You tell me what you want.
I want you to leave my church.
Vern will just shout back over his shoulder. Rip the fucking thing out.
I don't like Huddy's face, but I'll do it. I got 2 dots in strength.
Okay.
Oh god. I want to
The roll
try
to
to
remove it without accidentally triggering it will be strength and technology.
And a reminder that you can re-roll physical dice once per session with my clan coterie merit. So
Hell
if you
yeah.
need to, you can re-roll all re-rollable dice. So not hunger.
I'll rouse. We're good.
Mm,
Okay.
What's up, Laura?
I'm so sorry, Vin. I'm so sorry.
We're doing
I,
our
uh,
best.
no,
I'm going
I
to give
got-
everyone advice who hasn't played with Avery as much. Don't listen to what Avery says. It's never good. It's
I'm
never good
learning,
advice.
actually.
I'm learning that,
I'm
but
learning.
also we got like 2 minutes.
What, Laura? What you got?
I have a dot in technology. Can I offer an extra set of eyeballs?
I will allow Celeste to add
Oh,
an
thank
extra
God.
die.
Oh my god. Okay.
Everyone, Luda's like, I'm just a baby. How old are you? 25? I was like, I can't do this. I'm a baby.
I'm sweating. I'm literally sweaty. Like
All Avery is doing is trying to figure out how he's gonna embrace John. That's all Avery's thinking about. If Junebug explodes, it's not that big of a deal. 4 successes. Unfortunately, 4 successes is not enough. So as you begin ripping it apart, you hear this strange metal sound. This sort of like a... Have you ever had like a metal door stopper? You fling it and it goes boing. You hear sort of a boing sound. And the thing shatters. The wooden contraption shatters. And Marius, you watch Junebug's eyes grow wide. And she falls down to the floor. She has been staked by a splinter of wood.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's gonna be okay. Okay.
It's done. Let's go.
and
Sorry.
I'll just shout down the hallway, Vern, we have to go now.
John says, foolish blanks. Eternity to do anything that you want, and you choose to live your lives this way. And you will burn for it.
Let's take a walk, John.
That's very funny. I really don't think you have the time.
No, not tonight. But I'm gonna come back for you.
When you come back, I won't be alone.
I'm counting on it, hot shit. Should I say Hot Wheels? And he'll turn on his heel.
It's a
Maybe
very
one more
car
wits and
horn.
one more wits and awareness as you turn on your heel. Marius carrying the torpid body of Junie. Celeste looking very remorseful and sorry. Strange for Celeste to look that way. Celeste known so much for the ruthlessness of the Lasombra. Brienne just concerned about getting everyone out and finding where the hell Arthur is, who isn't here at all. Your last wits and awareness.
8.
Take one last look at John. Look past him to the box. You know who was in that box.
I'm coming for you, Quinn. We have a reckoning.
All of you meet up with Arthur, who has gotten the last person out. He's outside of the narthex, heading back up the stairs to go check on all of you, and Marius comes out carrying Junie's torpid body. Marius's blood tears that had dried on their face from earlier in the night have started freshly pouring again. Celeste, as I said, looks remorseful. Brienne looks determined to get everyone the hell out of here, and Vern looks maybe defeated.
Oh, God damn it. Out, safe house, regroup, figure out all of this. Come on.
Go.
Do you need another roll to stay awake here?
I will. As you all pile into the Ford F-150, which is a 4-seater, so you're going to have to squeeze, and Junie's going to have to lay across a few people's laps. So you all drive. Vern, one more willpower roll, please. And Vern falls asleep. And as you sleep, Vern, I'll allow anyone to have a conversation if they would like to. And you would all heard Vern say, "I'm coming for you, Quentin." Of course, Vern can't talk right now.
See what I mean? For lack of a better word, fucking dogmatic. Impulsive. Reckless.
What the hell happened in there?
I tried to help. I tried to be useful.
No, we listened to Vern.
She's still
That's what
alive?
I don't want to see her like this.
I understand that, but is she still alive?
Yes, she's still alive.
Hold on to that until we can get her back up on her feet.
Brienne, I'm just saying. Something to consider.
I'll take it into consideration.
As you say that, Vern's head slumps onto your shoulder. So you're back there with Marius and Celeste in the front with Arthur. The text comes through for you, Brienne, and it is from Jeremiah. He says, "Yes or no?"
I'll look to the others. Yes or no?
I just left about 25 people in the parking lot where that thing is going to enter in from.
Save it for a rainy day, I think.
Yeah.
Then
Stay-
no.
Jeremiah responds, "Disappointing."
I'll respond. It wouldn't have been worth it anyway.
And Arthur will follow up with, besides, there's still half the spot out there for them to play with.
Oh, no. No, I have a bigger target. I have a much bigger target in mind.
You're the boss.
As you all speed off towards behind the Dunks on Wyman Street, as Vern has already gone to sleep for the day, you have to carry him in as well. Arthur, as if you haven't carried enough people today, but you gotta do one more before all of you could pass. I was like, I'm strong, I got it. That is where we are going to end Cradle of Liberty Season 1, anyway, for this evening. I want to thank you so much for coming with me on this ride. I'm sorry I stressed you out. That's what I do. And we're going to go around. We're going to say who we are. There will be hopefully one epilogue coming, just one, for this game, because I have a very fun, special one in mind. But that'll be for after I get back from Los Angeles. We will get together and do that. I hope you're excited for it. I certainly am. So we're going to go around, and we're going to start with Zach.
Hi, everybody. I'm Zach Rivaudo. You can find me all over the internet at Sneakernet or Sneakernet Music, wherever music is played and wherever tabletop games are played. Follow me on there to figure out what I'm up to. I have things that are currently in the work and not out yet. Therefore, you'll want to follow it there for it.
Awesome. Vin, I know yours, we could be here all night with Vin's laundry list of things. My goodness.
Listen,
Let's do it, though, but let's do it. Ready?
Okay,
Here we go.
all
I'm
right.
set.
Hi, hello everyone. Again, I'm Vin at VinVoxVA on all the socials. It's at Blue Sky. That is VinVox.com. That is also my website. I am a voice actor and tabletop performer. That's my resume. That's my reels. That's my contact. If you want to get me directly for things, I don't know why you would, but you know. I'm still playing Vampire, unfortunately. Y'all are stuck with me wherever dice is rolled, stealing from Zach. Thank y'all so much. Great season, everybody. And I'm shutting up.
Everybody lived. Awesome. Love that for everybody. It just means I get to torture you for another season. Luna.
Hi, I'm Luna, or Druid by Night. You can find me at Druid by Night on Blue Sky, TikTok, and Twitch. I do things mostly on the Rolling Nomads, but I like doing things here too. I have been Celeste Ortega, the La Sombra prodigy, who had a really bad night.
I'm so sorry. You did. I know. Celeste had a rough night. I'm so sorry. Laura.
Hi, hello, good zone folks. You can call me Laura22 or Laura22. You can usually find me on the social medias as _Laura22 on all of the social media sites that I still use. Not the shitbox, thank God. If you want to see more about what I do and where I'm going to be next and what other projects I'm working on, the easiest way to do that is to check out my website, laura22.com. Thanks.
How did it feel, Laura, finally being a full player? Did it feel good, or do you miss SPC land?
I miss SPC land, but this is far more like I feel more immersed, even though it's, overstimulating as fuck. But I figured it out, god damn it.
So sorry. I'm so sorry. My my games are like my love, hard and fast. Avery.
Hello again, everyone. Hi, it's me, Avery, at Avery DuBois on all the social media platforms. I do stuff and things, and I run games, which by the time this comes out, we'll be looking into a Werewolf 5th Edition Chronicle over on the Rolling Nomads, What Men Have Wrought, which is a companion story to Blood of the Covenant, which is the vampire story we've already done. These games give so much to people, and it's a truly profound joy to be able to give something back. So yeah, love each other. That's the rule. Love each other.
Yes, thank you, Avery. I'm Huddy. I don't have much to say about myself. I'm a prolific storyteller. I do stuff with World Darkness. I have a bunch of really cool things coming up that I can't talk about yet. But stay tuned to Stuff socials, and you'll see all the cool stuff that I'm working on. Hopefully soon you'll learn all about it. I'm very excited to talk about it when I finally can. But until then, I'll be storytelling on my channel. All right. Thank you, everybody. You've been amazing. And we out. Good job, everybody.